Okay, today I am going to give you guys a tutorial on how to add printers. It's a little bit different between whether you have Windows XP or Windows 7. It's also different whether you are at the Frog Pond School or the Mitchell School, but we will show you both, starting with the Mitchell School. The first thing you're going to want to do is hit your start button and open up the Run button, which is usually right here if you are a XP machine. If you're a Windows 7, you do not have one. That's why my machine looks a little different, is because I have Windows 7. So if you have XP, you're going to want to click Start, and you will see something very much that looks like this. And you are going to want to type 2 slashes. They would be forward and down slashes. And you type in the name of your print server, which is GJM 11 Media. It used to be Hubble, but the Hubble server crashed on us over the summer, and we had to create a new one. This is why you're having your printer issues right now. After you put in GJM 11 Media, you're either going to want to hit OK or press the Enter key. This will give you a giant list of printers. They are all named after what room they're in or what their function is, basically. So if you're in a room that's close to room 506, you're going to want to double click your printer that says GJM 506. After you do that, it will begin an installation, and then a print queue will open up. This is the print queue. The menu you just saw a second ago was the installation. The print queue is just a list of jobs that are being printed, so you can close out of that once you're done. If you hop into your devices and printers if you have 7, or your printers and faxes if you have XP, you will see your brand new printer, GJM 506. You're also going to want the copy room. It's called Xerox Copier 4590 in this case. It's a little bit different in the Frog Pond School. You can double click that, same thing will happen. Installation, print queue, close out. Anything else like CST print, that prints in the CST office. Very self-explanatory. Now if you have Windows 7, you can do one of two things to get to that server list. You can either click down in this little search bar on the bottom and type the very same thing, GJM 11 Media, and hit enter. Same window pops up. Or you can hold your Windows key and hit R to get your run command. Works exactly the same way as run in XP does. GJM 11 Media. Okay, and there's your list. The Frog Pond School, all of you should be aware of your server name already. It's pretty common that you will see it. It is just Skylab. Same thing, 2 forward slashes, Skylab, hit enter, and here's your printer list. Same rules apply. It is FPE 203 is the printer in room 203. Double click that, install. There's your print queue. Everything else is also appropriately named. The copy room is a little bit different. It's copy room 4590, but it works exactly the same way. Double click and install. If there's something in the printer list that is not named what makes sense, like for example the Phaser 4510 DT postscript, that is because it is for only a few specific people and not really for you guys. It's not really, I wouldn't say that it's public access. That's about it. Again, even for the Frog Pond folk, Windows R will get you your run, or you can go to Start Run if you are on XP. One thing that you're going to want to do is, if you're in the Mitchell School, since our print server crashed over the summer, you're going to want to delete your old printers. So it will say something like GJM 506 on Hubble instead of GJM 11 Media. You can delete those by either selecting it and hitting the delete key. If you have Windows 7, you have to select it and then hit remove device up here. Remove device. Are you sure you want to remove it? Yes. I'm pretty sure you can also right click it. Yeah. If you right click it and hit remove device, you can do that as well. It's going to ask you to confirm. One problem that you might run into is when you are installing your printer, especially if you have a Windows 7 machine and you go to install it, it may ask you if you trust the source. If something comes up like this, always choose the affirmative. It might be okay, it might be yes. There will be a checkbox maybe that says, do you want me to remind you of this again? Check the checkbox so it never asks you again and hit OK. That is about it. This should solve the problems for about 95% of the staff. You may not be able to install a printer. If that's the case, you're probably not an administrator of your own machine. Most of you should be. Most of you already are, but if that's the case, please send us a ticket. We'll be glad to help you out. Another problem is if you have Windows 7, it might give you an error finding the driver. Same thing, send us a ticket, but 95% of you should be able to install any printer you want in less than a minute. So thank you very much for tuning in.